Welcome to VOP Business Show. I'm Kayla Abraham. Nigerian oil firms have acquired about 26 oil mining licenses in the Niger Delta Basin area in the last decade. This was revealed by the Executive Secretary of Nigeria Content Development and Monitoring Board, Engineer Simbi Wabote, on Wednesday at the 2023 Petroleum and Natural Gas Summit in Abuja. According to him, some of the divestments currently on the cards included those planned by Shell and ExxonMobil to sell oil and gas assets worth billions of dollars, in addition to Eni's announcement in September of an arrangement with Oando PLC for the sale of NAOC interest in 6 onshore blocks and Rufai gas power plant in Delta State. He emphasized that divestments of oil assets are not necessarily negative. Rather, they present an avenue for the local capacities and capabilities that have been developed through local content implementation to be brought to bear in the upstream sector. Wabote outlined several opportunities that would accrue from divestments, such as the injection of new capital, the rejuvenation of divested assets, and an increase in crude oil production through the investment in technologies by the acquiring firms. Other direct benefits are the creation of direct and indirect employment opportunities by the indigenous companies and their service providers. Nigeria's crude oil output rose to an all-time high of 1.35 million barrels per day in September 2023 as the country pumped its highest volume of crude oil so far since this year. The latest figures was released by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission Wednesday. This showed that the country's output in September was about 14% higher than what it pumped in the preceding month of August 2023. In September, Nigeria's crude oil production was precisely 1.3 million barrels per day, which was a 165,429 barrels per day increase when compared to the 1.1 million barrels per day produced in August this year. Further analysis of figures obtained from the NUPRC indicated that in January, February, and March, the country's oil outputs were 1.2 million barrels per day, 1.2 million barrels per day, and 1.2 million barrels per day, respectively. In the months of April, May, June, and July, Nigeria produced 1.0 million barrels per day, 1.18 million barrels per day, 1.26 million barrels per day, and 1.08 million barrels per day, respectively. The above crude oil production figures therefore show that Nigeria's oil production in September was the highest output so far recorded by the country this year. The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria has stated that the unrelenting increase in production cost is exposing a serious threat to the existence of the manufacturing sector. The president of MAN, Francis Meshoye, made this disclosure in a statement on Wednesday during the association's pre-annual general meeting press conference held in Lagos. The association's 51st AGM, set to hold in Lagos, is themed "Setting the Agenda for Competitive Manufacturing" under the AFCFTA, what Nigeria needs to do. Meshoye, while addressing the press conference, said the theme was couched with a deep reflection over the growth trajectory of the manufacturing sector in Nigeria and Africa. Speaking further, Meshoye noted that such challenges as epileptic power supply, insecurity, inadequate infrastructure, shortages of forex and naira depreciation are prevailing issues that are impacting negatively on the sector. Amid the rising cost of gas in the domestic market and to ensure that the local market has enough gas supply for consumption, the Nigerian Gas Association has called for an immediate and critical review of the Petroleum Industry Act. This is to address impediments hindering investment and ease of doing business. The NGA stated that the call has become necessary after due consultations with operators and critical stakeholders in the industry. Recall that as last Tuesday, the cost of cooking gas had hit 13,000 naira 500 per 12.5 kg. The president of the association, Akachukwu Nwokedi, spoke in Lagos yesterday, though acknowledged the PIA's enactment as a welcome development that provides regulatory clarity for the petroleum sector and specific provisions for the gas industry, including its fiscal aspects, potential to transform the gas sector, however, maintained that certain areas of the Act needed to be reviewed. According to Walker-D, such taxation requirements increase the cost of doing business and in some cases result in higher end-user gas prices, reducing the attractiveness and rapid adoption of natural gas. Besides, the Walker-D noted that there is a need to develop commercial and fiscal terms for gas development, both on offshore and deep water, as this will propel competitive investment. He made it known that over the next 2 years, the NJA will sustain its advocacy for the Nigerian gas industry by promoting new investments, protecting industry interest, and facilitating a just energy transition. Now, President Tinubu on Wednesday appointed 5 new chief executive officers across multiple agencies. This includes agencies under the Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovations and Digital Economy with immediate effect. The president made this known through a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale. He listed the new CEOs as Aminu Maida, Executive Vice Chairman and CEO of the Nigeria Communications Commission, Nkechi Egathing Idehan as Managing Director of the Nigerian Communications Satellite Limited, Kashifu Abdullahi as Director General of the National Information Technology Development Agency, Dr. Vincent Olatunji as National Commissioner of the Nigeria Data Protection Commission, and Tola Odeyemi as Postmaster General, Nigerian Postal Service. However, the Director General of NITDA, Abdullahi, was reappointed for a second term in office. Tinubu also approved the appointment of a new Special Advisor on Technology and Digital Economy, Idris Alubankudi. Nigeria on a Wednesday has ramped up the debt relief demand by African nations, especially for the G24 members. The Intergovernmental Group of 24 in International Monetary Affairs and Development coordinates the position of developing countries on monetary and development issues in the deliberations and decisions of the Bretton Woods Institution, BWI. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, dismissed the possibility of total debt cancellation. African Department Director Abebe Selassie stated that 50% of total debts in sub-Saharan countries are domestic. He stressed that debt forgiveness is difficult while speaking during the African session at the ongoing IMF World Bank annual meetings in Marrakech, Morocco. The G24 issued a set of demands at the ongoing IMF and World Bank meetings. It said members were burdened with unsustainable debt, finding it difficult to repay the borrowed funds. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edun, stressed the need for an efficient debt resolution framework. He spoke at the Africa Group 1 constituency meeting on the sidelines of the IMF World Bank meeting. Edun and other finance ministers at the G24 meeting called for more concessional lending, especially for investments in global public goods and sustainable development such as affordable water and energy. And that's it on VOP Business Show and VOP TV. We would like you to subscribe and engage us on YouTube. It is Voice of the People TV, and on other social media channels at VOP TV Live. I'm Kayla Abraham. Thanks for watching.